All right, you're back.
All right. I assume we might be a little bit behind schedule.
Nah, it's okay, I think.
I mean,
We're
this
gonna
is the
show
last
it
run of the entire thing.
Well, technically,
Okay.
yeah. We have a race coming up next.
Ah,
But it's okay.
okay.
We're gonna do the intro, right?
Yeah, we're starting with the full intro. So you
Okay.
start up the game with the world's most edgiest
Intro.
intro ever.
So you basically, like Logan said, you're a blue robot designed by humans for war. And your task is basically to survive. And you need resources in order to do that. And the resources humans picked was blood. Which is interesting, to say the least. And hell is full of those resources, so that's why we're descending into it.
So yeah, you come down this elevator right here.
Yeah.
Press F to punch enemies and objects. You can press Control to slide under hallways or doors. I mean, you press
Sliding
Shift
is...
to dash in the air and just dash on the ground.
Yep. Sliding is quite a bit of a... There's quite a bit of movement tech in this game with sliding and dashing and such. Dashing at the startup has invincibility frames that you can use, and you can also use those dashes to boost yourself.
Yeah. And you could use you could kill enemies really close by to have their blood heal you.
Yeah,
So
you're
that's
basically...
yeah.
You're basically all up in their face in order to heal yourself off of them.
Yeah. You could wall jump off of walls for the maximum of 3 times. And you could press left control while falling to ground pound.
To do a slam dunk.
Yeah. And then here's where the actual intro of the game starts.
The first level.
So I could double tap tab to see what my current rank is for everything.
Yup. Basically, for P ranks, you're supposed to beat the level in a certain amount of time with all of the enemies defeated with a lot of style. Challenges are not a required thing, they're optional, and major assists like aim assists are not allowed. So right off the bat we see Logan use variations of weapons throughout the game that you can acquire and buy. This is the alternate version of the revolver. This revolver is called the one you saw with the green overlay and coins throwing. That's the marksman. It's a very useful tool because it affects it aims at more than one enemy. You can also do a lot of other things with it, like the rail cannon that you just saw. So, by oh my god, that was a close one. So by destroying enemies quickly, you get a lot of style that way, and that's basically how speedrunners get a lot of it. You can also parry in this game, which instantly heals you to full health. I'm not sure how...
Ooh, I missed it. I missed it. Oops. Or,
You can parry the filth, you know. Even that attack is able to be parried. So we're gonna see Logan use not that much of a roster as to make things simple.
Yeah.
We have 4 weapons: the revolver, the shotgun, and the nail gun, and the railgun. All of those can be combined and switched over quickly, which provides you a lot of control over your gameplay. So in short, every player plays UltraKill in a different way to their own style, which is really nice. There we go, that's the parry.
That's how you do it.
And this is the first boss of the game, kind of a mini boss.
He's
It's
already dead.
yeah, he's gone now. We call them Maurice. They're basically rocks with what's it called? Sentience. Yeah, weird stuff.
Yeah.
And
So
that's the
yeah,
first level.
that's the P rank. Enough, a short time, all kills on the level, and enough style. So yeah, revolver, shotgun, nail gun, and a railgun.
Yeah, electric
And
railgun.
yeah, and there's 3 different variants of these guns that all do their own unique things.
Like you just saw, that's the sharpshooter. It can ricochet off of walls, and that's the default railgun. It's piercing. What's it called? Basically, if you ever played SRB2, it's basically just the rail ring. So right now we're gonna be facing just quite of weak enemies, not that much for the starter, and that's the sword machine. We're gonna be encountering those very soon. You can see on the other side of the wall, they're also just trying to kill demons and survive on their own.
Yeah, it's a really hard game to commentate.
And yeah, it requires quite a bit of focus. It's and there we go. I was about to say it's quite fast, but we already finished the level.
It's only gonna go faster from here.
Yup. I'm not sure if Logan has go for this, but we use a technique. There is a technique called slam storage, where you can wall jump off a wall and just go immediately up and skip some sections of the levels. That's a new enemy. They basically fire in sprays. They cannot aim very well, so they're easily countered. And this is the sword machine. We kind of got a rivalry going on, but it's quickly shot down. Now it's enraged, which means its attacks are quite faster, and they also have a few attacks added. But I'm not sure if this is the standard or violent difficulty.
It's just standard.
Yeah. On the higher difficulties they gain more attacks, but since we're on standard, that's not a thing here. We blow up a wall and proceed through. You can see a lot of easy kills through the coin, because it's a kind of a damage multiplier as well. If you fire at the right time, the coins can detonate some of the explosions that the enemies are trying to fire at you. So basically it kills them instantly.
Yeah, when you hit the coin, it automatically locks onto the enemy's weakest point.
Yup, it's basically like aimbot, but cooler. So there is a lore reason for the game being like portrayed this way. So we won. The name of the robot we're controlling has to spread their resources, and they're basically not prioritizing their vision as much as their mobility and gun manipulation, all that. Which is a pretty cool explanation by the devs. I also forgot to mention that this game is still in development. It's in early access. We only have about... It's almost done. We only have about 1 layer left or 2. It's inspired a lot by, if you read Dante's Inferno, we're basically going through those 9 layers of hell described in that book. Right now we're just through the Prelude, which is basically where the humans have found out that you can actually go into hell physically. And the reason why V1 is going down is also because humanity is extincted. Oh my god, I can't speak.
Instinct.
Yeah,
Or
extinct species. So it's just their work remains here. And this is the actual first skill check for beginners. The Cerberus boss fight. Abandon hope all ye who enter here is straight up a quote from Dante's Inferno. Now we're gonna see a bit of those 2 sticks are actual magnets from the railgun, and Logan is using the alternate version of the nail gun, which fires nails at a much faster speed, increasing his damage per second. He can use his electric railgun to basically just stun them as well, which gains him more style. And that's the first boss of the game. Not that.
Many weapons could be comboed with each other. Like you could use, like what he explained, a nail gun to plant these nails on the ground, which also attach to enemies.
And
And
they
if you
can
use a railgun on them, then it does a electrical like current towards them, like it's the Wonder Waff in
and this is
zombies.
yeah, this is Limbo, the first layer. We're gonna have to pick up a few items to pass through doors. It's gonna be pretty quick. This is also where you're getting the nail gun. In Prelude you get the pistols and the shotgun, but we already have that, so it's not a requirement.
Yeah, I already have all the items unlocked from the get-go.
Yep. And these purple things, they're called drones. They're also supposed to be another machine that humankind has made. The previous 3 types of enemies are demons that hell has conjured. I actually don't know their origin for the malicious faces or the Maurice. I think they're also demons. But yeah. In this next section there's gonna be a bunch of filth. And they're basically freestyle points, as you just saw. How quickly it went from the lower rank to the max one, which is UltraKill, as you can see. We have to pick up this, we picked up this blue skull that lets us pass through the kind of the final gate that we need to go through. It's we're required to backtrack a little bit and go up a waterfall. But of course, hell is trying to stop us from going further in, because in this game, hell is actually a sentient being, and it's you're gonna see later in the game how humanity itself has inspired hell to make new ways to torture people and stuff like that. It's a very edgy and weird kind of thing. We're just trying to clear the rest of the drones. They can be quite tricky to take down because they're also allowed to dodge. And when they're on low health, when they're about to die, they basically home in as a self-destruct attempt. Yeah. Robot. I don't know how to pronounce the name. Dryzelar. I hope I didn't butcher it.
I have no idea if that's how you pronounce it.
Yeah, they said in the chat how malicious faces are demons, but everything else are husks, which are the souls of the dead. As you can see on Limbo, it's portrayed in a pretty close way to the original book, where it's kind of like Earth, except you can actually see it's a facade, and it's not actually the Earth itself. It's kind of like it's not a hallucination, but it's just a fake thing. And as we descend down, it's gonna get worse from there, because the punishments are worse. You know how it is with Dante's Inferno. And here it's supposed to be like a transition to the weird aftermath or something like that, where it's all ruined. The facade is being torn apart, and we're facing a new enemy. They're called what are they called? I forgot the
I think
name
they're
of
just
it.
called flamethrowers.
Yeah, they were basically used to clean up the rest of the, because during this
Oh,
World
my
War
string
they
went down
had.
again.
Yeah, it's all right. During this World War that humanity had going, they had caused a lot of pollution,
God
which
damn it.
after the end of the war, which caused no victor, they tried to find a way to decrease the pollution through those robots. We're gonna
Why did
have
my
to
stream go down? No.
internet. Logan's internet is being evil, I think. I don't know.
Okay,
Having
we're
some.
back up. I don't
Yeah,
know. I
we're
think the
back.
game might just be that demanding.
Probably.
Oopsies. This is very professional of me to do this.
Oh, are we gonna show that off?
I mean, you kind of need to.
Oh yeah, for the P rank you're required to take everything down. I forgot about that. There is
Or
a
do you mean
funny
everything?
every enemy, yeah. So we're just gonna get done with the main enemies, and we're gonna have to backtrack a little bit to show something off.
Yeah, it's a little funny secret. It's not
Yeah.
actually required to get the P-rank for this level, but it's just a
It's
fun
pretty
little...
good. Yeah, it's worth going for.
Yeah, but I might miss the P-rank timing though. So I don't know if I should.
I think you're good. We're just gonna have to destroy this wall right here, and we're in some weird hallways. And oh my god, it's the worst enemy in the game.
He's so scary.
What the hell? And yeah,
Like he's gone.
it's evil Sonic, you guys.
Or is he?
Oh my god, no way. He's back.
He's back for a rematch. Okay, now he's dead.
Yeah, we want takes the cake, as usual.
Okay. Can I make it to the level in time? Yeah,
Yeah.
I can. Alright.
Easy peasy.
Alright, I'm gonna blitz this one.
This is one of the tougher levels in the game, as you're only required to clear one section of this level, to take a skull, red or blue, it doesn't matter, and you're allowed to pass through and fight the boss. But for P ranks, we need to clear both of the sections, so we need to have both of the skulls on the altars, and we also need to. I don't know if secret bosses are a thing for P ranks.
No, you don't need to do a secret boss in this one.
Yeah. There is a secret boss in this game, which is a reference to Devil May Cry. Their name are, in the original it's Agni and Rudra, but here it's something like, I forgot. Keep forgetting the names of these enemies.
I forget. I don't even know half of them, like, actually.
Yeah. But yeah, basically it's just a reference to the games that inspired this one. A cool little nod. Here we have a couple of malicious faces we had to clear out first. They spawn right as you defeat one, so they don't spawn instantly. Which isn't always the case, it sometimes happens. And you can see Logan occasionally use this...
Okay.
You can see Logan occasionally use this second red arm. It's called the Knuckle Blaster, and it basically allows you to fire a little shotgun blast, which has a good way of destroying the weaker enemies like filth. It basically freestyle points. The feedbacker, the blue arm, is used for parrying and stuff like that, and it's
yeah, so you need to switch arms on the fly.
yeah. Or you bind a specific key to your other arm, which is also a thing people use. I personally use that. But by default the game tells you to basically just press the same button to punch or something else to switch over the arms, which is kind of counterintuitive. Doesn't let you... Sometimes you'll be trying to pair with the Knuckle Blaster, which is kind of a meme in the community.
Am I missing an enemy?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. That's where I was missing something. Oh, okay.
Okay, here we're just gonna use a shotgun core eject, which is an alternate fire of the shotguns. It has 3 variations, like every gun has 3 variations. The shotgun has a shotgun with a chainsaw that you can basically have a rope around in and eject that. It's basically a nod to the Doom games. The other variation is the one where it turns the gun into a pump charged gun, and the first default way is has a shotgun blast and a core eject, which uses this for ammunition. Here we can we're taking care of the other enemies that usually go through when you go through the blue path. We're just backtracking again now.
I might die. No, I'm okay.
Yeah. It's easy to take damage and die if there's a lot of people surrounding. You forgot the skull.
I don't need the other skull, I think, because...
Oh yeah. My bad. Just need to kill every enemy. Which, by default, you'll pick up the other one. You need both to unlock the...
secret boss?
The secret boss, yeah. You just need the actual boss of the game, this level. Which is, its name is literally Hideous Mass. It's a bunch of souls that decide that they want to get out of hell, and they try to unite or something like that, and they turn into that creature. So this enemy's weak spot is actually the tail. It's gonna try to fire a couple of harpoons at you to get you stuck so it can kill you easier. But it's pretty easy to avoid that attack. You can also parry and use the Knuckle Blaster against it, and that's done. Now is
My favorite character.
yeah, one of the fastest levels in the game. Claire de Lune. You basically meet your rival robot here. They're called V2. And he's gonna be our opponent for this one. So usually the main way to speedrunners use to beat him is basically just to use the marksman, and he's actually vulnerable during his bow animation, and speedrunners just basically just punch the coin until V2 dies and he gets cleared instantly. So he's gonna try and retreat here, and while doing so he drops his arm, the Knuckle Blaster that you've seen being used earlier, and that's the 1-4. Here we are entering the Lost Layer, which is kind of turned into a city by some ruler. But we need to get there first. We're in some kind of weird underground place right now.
Oops.
Yeah, the nail gun is really good at showcasing for fast damage per second. It's also really fun. I don't know if we're gonna see the alternatives for those. If you're gonna pick those up.
No idea.
The one in the greed layer, the saw blades. You know?
I can't hear you. The game's kind of loud.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. Ooh.
So yeah, the Cerberus is also supposed to be the protector of hell, but they're also scattered throughout itself for some reason. Not sure why, but yeah, they're pretty cool looking statues. They can move around and stuff. Also, gotta love the screams. They're the best part of these games. It's so goofy. You'd expect like a thing like that to have, you know, going along with the edginess of the initial like story or whatever, but no, it's just goofy screams.
Very goofy. Oops, wrong weapon.
Oh. Yeah, that's a weapon in the late game. Pretty useful, but it's also not as like quick. It basically, when you fire the gun, the rocket launcher, you're not allowed to like switch over to a different weapon until the animation for reloading is done. You don't really need ammunition in this game. It's basically infinite, as opposed to like Quake and Doom, which is a nice thing to have here, I think. And this is a new enemy that we can see. They're soldiers, and basically Hell has acquired the parts of machines and decided to merge those together with the Dead Souls, and we get those creatures called soldiers. They're pretty weird stuff. So one of the ways to counter those malicious faces that you just saw Logan do is try to line up the shot with the sharpshooter, the red revolver, that basically detonates all of its red projectiles that it throws at you, and it dies instantly. But you have to line it up correctly in order to do that. There's also another way, which is to throw a coin right as it's about to fire an orange beam at you, but it's a pretty difficult trick to do. It's called chargeback, which gives you style points, but it's pretty slow to do. So that's why we're not bothering to go for it.
Ooh,
Ooh. How are we gonna salvage this one?
I got it, don't worry.
Nice. So yeah, have to remind people that if you die, you have to basically restart, because you're gonna lose your P rank if you do. But we managed to get through it anyways. And that's the showcase for the railgun that we get at this level. It's basically all full arsenal at this point. Also, Logan, tell me if we're gonna, like, are we doing the entire game, right?
No, we're just doing a Prelude, Act 1, and then
The
P-1, yeah.
Yeah. That's understandable.
We're not doing Act 2.
Yeah. So P-1 is actually called Prime Sanctums. It's kind of a secret level that the game rewards you if you ever decide to P-rank every level that there is in a specific act. And for P-1, the level name is Soul Survivor. It's kind of not actual reference to anything, but it does sound like it's a reference to a song or whatever. I don't exactly remember. But yeah, level names sometimes have references to them. Like, I'm not sure if it's... Yeah, it's not this one. I remember the references for the Greed Layer, which is after the first act. So,
Oops.
this level requires us to like open 3 valves or close them so we can pass through this underwater area. And we're on the way, of course. We're gonna have to kill a couple of demons and find the way to turn off this water that's flowing down.
The game's lagging a bit.
Yeah,
Wonder if the
There's
stream's
some-
gonna crash at all.
I think it's gonna be fine. For some reason, if you're like doing extremely well, if your PC can't handle it, I don't know. It basically just freezes down to 20 FPS because there's so much going on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's how you know you're doing good.
yeah, exactly. So that's the first blue skull, and basically gonna get through this section. I think we are picking up another object really quick, but yeah. I forgot to mention that the railgun also has 3 variations, and Logan uses 2 of them. I didn't see the third one. We have the basic default one, the blue one, and the red one is actually basically just a weapon that the malicious faces use, the orange beam. It's also an explosion. And here we have a mind flare. It's one of the tougher enemies to face the first time in, because they teleport around. They're kind of hard to hit. They also have this beam and also homing projectiles onto you. But if you know how to counter them, they're pretty easy to deal with. They're basically one strategy to deal with them is just impale them with a magnet and then spam with a nail gun. And you just saw him, Logan use the magnet to basically electrify the enemy. It's a really nice way to amplify your damage. And the level is over. We're moving on to the boss for 2-4, the Lust layer. So every fall,
I'm gonna show off this weapon only one time.
yeah, this is the rocket, and you can basically do a really cool thing. You can basically ride your rockets. It's very awesome. Pretty utilized in speedrunning, but it's also pretty advanced technique. So it's totally understandable if you're not going for it.
Yeah, I like. I have the levels P ranked, but I don't know like the most tech ever with this game. Like I haven't even like touched like the rocket launchers at all.
Yeah,
I have like no idea how to use them, or
I mean,
do tech with like red weapons at all.
yeah, for I myself am not a runner of this game, but I am pretty informed about some ways to quickly deal damage, because when you quickly deal damage, also your style points go up very quickly. And it's pretty complex, as there's a lot of things that you can do to increase your style. Like you can see below this style meter, there's like plus and I don't know, some text like arsenal, like when Logan uses magnets and then the railgun, it's also called conductor, and it's basically boosting his style points. And here we have the corpse
it, yeah.
King Minos. Minos is actually like kind of a in the original works, I don't know if it was, but he was basically determining where you'll be going, to which layer of hell you're going to go through, like the sinful souls and stuff like that. And here we literally are going through the corpse of King Minos, or Minos, however you pronounce it. I personally just
I say Minos.
Yeah. And it's pretty. In this level, we're gonna go back to it, I think, unless we're just gonna go through the menu. But the way to unlock the P-1, we have a secret passageway in this level.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the end of the Act 1 and then go to P-1 from this level, so I'm gonna backtrack to here.
Yeah, we're gonna be getting back to this level in a bit. So this is this triple service room. I think it's pretty iconic with all the eye following you all around. I don't know why he has like why Minos has like eyes around him in his body, but what you guys saw earlier in the boss fight, his body is basically controlled by parasites. I forgot to mention that, and they're destroying the city that he has built, all of his work that he's built, and Minos himself is able to see all of that. Even though he's deceased, he's kind of punished for no reason at all, because he deemed that it was unnecessary for humanity to be just punished for the reason of loving each other. And that's why he decided to make a city in Lust, the layer of Lust. Now we're gonna see in a second why he's able to actually see what's going on around him. But first we have to take care of this level, these enemies,
Someone's still alive earlier.
And that soldier around. You also can't forget, I sometimes forget the spawns. You have to follow the bridge.
Yeah, there's a very specific pathway here.
Yeah, and sometimes you can skip some of the enemies without even knowing yourself, and it's not a good thing because it's kind of tough to go back after this section.
I said I was gonna go to the secret level after I finish Act 1. I'll go back to this level from the menu select and then go to the thing.
Yeah, in the previous room, if you stray off from the path, there is another one that's basically just a gate.
Is there? Oh,
Yeah.
oh no. I thought you were talking about like a different pathway.
Oh,
Oops. Oopsie.
oh. Yeah, let's go. I was thinking where or not you were gonna do a chargeback or whatever, but like casual parry is always good. So yeah, there's like a lot of different ways to play and beat this game. You can basically beat the entire game through just punching. It gives a lot of freedom towards the player, and
A lot.
yeah, it's one of the things I love most about these kinds of games when it comes to styling and stuff like that. That's the Mind Flare taken care of. When you first meet them, they're tough, but yeah, as you can see, they fall pretty quickly. That's Belly of the Beast. Pretty solid level. And here is...
I'll demonstrate slam storage right here. So you.
Yep,
I still don't understand how it works, but
yep, you got it.
it does.
And so it's slam storage is basically a bug that the developer didn't see. You try to slam, but at the same time you also wall jump, so you're carrying your slam speed. So when you jump off, like when you jump again, it's basically as if you did 10 stomps, since each stomp you do increases your height just a little bit. And it's a technique speedrunners use to get a lot of vertical height and stuff like that. And here you can listen to one of the archangels, Gabriel. And he's basically telling us to go back or else he will basically just kill us. But we don't really care. We just want to go forward. As his title suggests, his role in all of this is basically judging the souls of the damned and sending them to where they belong. But the game doesn't really show why or like why they deem humanity to be all of them are going to, you know, hell. There isn't a heaven in this game. Well, there is, but you don't exactly have access to it. It's only through lore. And that's him taken care of. He's also supposed to be a skill check for newer players. And he's so shaken by the fact that he just got defeated by a machine and not by an angel or anything like that. So he has a tantrum and then he leaves.
And that's Act 1. So now I will go back to this
Belly
one
of the
level,
Beast.
or yeah, Belly of the Beast, so then I could demonstrate where the secret path is.
Yep, it's actually in that room where the icon is located in. We're gonna get there real quick. There are a few rooms that we're not allowed to go through until we kill all of the enemies. It's basically a thing from the Devil May Cry series. You got a... what's it called? They got a hand blocking you. Stuff like that.
Okay.
I'm not sure if you known about the other variation for the rocket launchers, but basically, if you have the cannonball, you can pretty much slam dunk on the server, right?
No, I haven't like experimented at all with that type of stuff.
Yeah, it's a very quick way to kill them. You basically fire a cannonball at them. You can get your cannonball back through the whiplash, which is another
You
arm
might
you
die.
get.
Never mind.
I think you're doing pretty good.
Okay,
I
so
don't know what you're talking about.
This is where the hidden route is. So you jump off here instead of following the main path. And then you find this hidden door over here. And this is where you could... This is where all your P ranks go to. This one big wall. And
Yep.
it lets you access this level.
Yeah, they're like coins, I guess. So now we're gonna go to the first Prime Sanctum. And you're gonna see in a bit, I don't know if Logan knows this skip.
I know the skip, but I just want to show them that it's a very long
Yeah, it's
way down.
Yeah. Normally you would basically just go through a very long spiral staircase downwards with music decaying as you go descend lower. But we found a way to basically just jump and skip over the entire thing, by memorization of course, since it's completely dark. And this is the flesh prison. It's containing the soul of Minos, which has turned into a greater soul, so he's called Minos Prime. And the way souls work is basically, if it's a popular figure or someone who's had a lot of power, they are able to be resurrected as a greater soul with no requirement for a physical body and stuff like that. And here we're trying to take down these eyeballs that basically function to the prison as a heal. And as we get rid of them, we're allowed to damage the prison without it healing back up to its original health. It's got a couple of attacks, like those blue homing spheres. They're very easy to parry and get that free damage in. There's also are we gonna let the dialogue?
Yeah. It buffers the amount of time to the actual thing either way, so...
Yeah, it's pretty epic. So this is Minos Prime.
Now dawns thy reckoning, and thy gore shall glisten before the temples of man. Creature of steel, my gratitude upon thee for my freedom. But the crimes thy kind have committed against humanity are not forgotten. And thy
That intro still gives me the chills.
Yeah. I
I
might
just want
get the time requirement for this one, honestly, but...
it's okay.
Yeah.
It's one of the... It used to be one of the most difficult bosses like ever in the game, because look at how fast he is.
Yeah, this guy moves at like blazingly fast speeds.
Literally just Sonic characters at this point. That's how humans perceive
He
him.
is faster than Sonic, but I swear.
Thankfully he doesn't have that much health, so he can die quickly if you know how to dodge his attacks. And that's also... Yep.
Ooh. He's dead. That is the end of the run.
Yes,
also.
this is...
That is in fact the end of the run.
from this cold
No! He's gone.
Bye bye.
Ooh.
Honestly, props. I don't know if I could have done P rank
I'm
this
surprised I
first
did all
try.
that first try. Oh my god!
Yeah.
I just realized I did that all first try.
GG's.
And
That time.
yep, boom. And that's all. You
Yeah.
can see my friend's times on the right over there.
That's UltraKill. I wanted to say a couple of things,
Yeah.
if it's okay. So
Yeah.
this is a free access, early access game. It's still in development. It's really cool. So we'd appreciate if you could like check it out. It's really awesome. If there's anything else you wish to say.
No, I don't think there is other than just
So yeah.
thank you to whoever watched this gameplay.
Yeah,
Anyone
of
that's
course.
unfamiliar with the game might have been really confusing. And I do apologize, but I like this game a lot.
Yeah. Hope we had a good show. I mean, I think it's a good showcase of how fun this game can be. But it's totally understandable for some people because it's such a fast-paced game.
Yeah.
And yeah, up next we have a race for the SRB2 Sonic 06 pack with Mako and me.
Hooray.
It's gonna be basically a race of Shadow against Sonic. So take care. Tune in if you want to check that out.
Yeah.